I didn't wake up angry. It's a beautiful day here in Georgia, but I'm angry now. Mother says racist woman followed daughter to school. That happens every day, huh? Maybe in some places. 40-year-old Sarah Averette, Louisiana woman, facing charges after being accused of leaving a racist note on a Brusly High School student's car following a road rage dispute. Officials also confirmed with local outlet WAFB this week. The incident resulted in Averette being permanently banned from the high school. Now, why would a 40-year-old Louisiana woman be after a high school student? 17-year-old student whose identity needs to be protected, apparently. And I don't have any problem with it. Claims the conflict started when she was going to school and mistakenly cut in front of another driver, Averette, who then followed her to school property. 17-year-olds aren't the best drivers, okay? And neither are age withheld. Sometimes they're not the best drivers either, and I'm not. I don't use my horn. I apologize to everyone. My daughter says, well, look, this wasn't your fault. It's going to be my fault. I get distracted. And so do 17-year-olds. But you're 40. And I don't know why you're behaving this way.
With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show.
While the student was in class, boy, you're committed, lady. While the student was in class, Averette allegedly circled the parking lot before leaving a racially charged letter on her vehicle. She wrote a school paper and put it on the vehicle. Was she not late to work or the gym? I mean, these people who do this, almost 9 times out of 10 wearing Lululemon pants. I can assure you. Don't you have someplace to be? Nope. She left the letter on the vehicle, which according to the outlet stated, attention, B, I know who you are, and I will effing find you and F up your car when you don't expect it. Learn how to effing drive, N. Now, even grading on a curve, you failed the assignment. And it's not just, look at the handwriting. It's not even, it's slanted. You're using foul language. You failed the assignment. So, and I haven't even addressed your racism. Now, the teen who is now perturbed, that's an interesting way of putting it, said she initially found out about the note from her peers. I didn't know people still act like that. I was shocked because I was in the classroom when it happened, so I didn't know what was going on, and everybody was just texting my phone saying, somebody left something on your car. The teen told WAFB, Atlanta Black Star, with the details. We appreciate it. The teen's mother now, Jasmine Mills, told WAFB she was angry at the woman's actions and concerned about her child's safety. At 17 years old, she got to witness that there's still racism out here, and despite us being in 2024, this is what we're still facing as African Americans. Yes, ma'am, Miss Mills. Yes, ma'am. According to the report, authorities were able to locate Averette using her license plate and security footage. You failed another subject, okay? If you're 40, 17-year-old was actually in class, probably getting good grades. Unbothered. She was just trying to get to school and is probably doing well. It's just what I think. Okay. So they found her and she was charged with criminal mischief and has retained an attorney. Her attorney sent this statement on her behalf to WAFB. Sarah is profoundly sorry to the person she offended with hurtful words written in anger. Out of remorse, she tried to retrieve the note soon after, but was unfortunately too late. Is this a real attorney or like her brother-in-law or something put this together? Are we sure? Her multiple requests to meet with the victim and her family to personally apologize were to no avail. Sarah takes responsibility for her mistake and accepts the consequences. She humbly prays for, girl, stop. Your attorney didn't write all this. Your brother-in-law maybe did. Prays for forgiveness as she has learned from her mistake and will become a better person for it. Sarah Averette's legal counsel. Now, Mills says someone did try to reach out on behalf of the woman. However, Mills is not buying the simple apology and is calling for more accountability. He circled around the parking lot to look for my child. So what if you would have gotten in contact with my daughter? What would you have done to her? So I feel like more should be done about it, Mills said. And I agree, Miss Mills. I want to start with the apology note from Sarah Everette's attorney, Fran. And this, our team, they're thorough and they can't, there's only so much they can do. This is what was given. This is what they've related. Something about humbly, profoundly, I wanted to meet. I'm sorry for my mistake, which I take issue with, but your thoughts on the attorney's statement?
I mean, it's just incredible that, she's already retained an attorney. She has money, clearly. She's now charged with a crime, criminal mischief, and potentially a hate crime. I mean, you could argue it's a hate crime. And there are consequences when you do things like this to people, when you stalk people effectively, children at their school. So this is, again, I'm just gonna call this is a Karen situation.
Yeah.
This is what a Karen does when they actually get caught, which is they're like, I'm sorry, I wanted to meet with you, but you didn't want to meet with me. Is that because I called you the N-word? I mean, this is what they do. And you're like, no, nobody wants to meet with you. You need to be held responsible. Why don't you pay some damages to this family and to this child who you stalked and left this awful note? I don't care how bad they were driving. And you pointed out, like, this person has way too much time on their hands. Or Averette does. And too bad there are cameras in the school. They're gonna get your license plate. They're gonna find you, girl. But yeah, it's just, a lot of these stories that we do also, Sharon, and I'm not saying there are not bigots everywhere. They're not racists everywhere, but
Mm-hmm.
we're seeing a pattern here, and like this is happening in Louisiana, and even in Louisiana, you're like, I can't believe this still happens, but it's like, man, where people feel so empowered to leave a note to a child that calls them the N-word is just like, man, we need another Reconstruction. Woo, we are not done with the legacies of slavery and Jim Crow and the like.
Yeah. And I don't know, but I'll ask you this to button it. Perhaps I went too far, but it's just my personal experience. Am I wrong to believe that they're also empowered, Fran, with the Lululemon pants?
I was like, I don't own any personally. They're so expensive, but if someone gifted me a pair, I probably wouldn't reject it. Is that I'm gonna give it a pass? Okay, cool.
I don't know that they should be allowed to. I mean, I guess you can't police what someone wears, but I'm telling you, it emboldens them.
Well, we know the Lululemon founder was explicitly racist, and we've talked about that before,
and
I believe, on this show. Yeah.
So it's just my personal anecdotes, and I'm going to keep watching it and gather the data, do my own research, because data wins. You win with data, and you can prove a pattern, and maybe then you can do something about it. If I could tell people this is really happening, it's not just me. And so if you see someone charging at you, maybe they just want to give you a flyer, or maybe they're a Karen. Maybe they're a Karen who's targeted you. If you see someone in Lululemon pants, the data is incomplete, so I can't go there all the way. It's just anecdotal right now.